up. Masks are off and vaccines are on their way in. Find out how the lack of mask mandates have affected case numbers and what you can do to get your vaccine. Newswatch Ole Miss starts now. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm Leah Blevins. Just a little over a week ago, Governor Reeves removed the mask mandate in the state, with Oxford following. Although there hasn't been a major spike in cases like some expected, according to a report by the Daily Mississippian, the state as a whole saw an 8% increase in new cases per day since the mask mandate was lifted, while Oxford reported a 28.8% decrease. Ole Miss's decision to continue mask requirements has contributed to there being only 9 newly reported cases since March 3rd. And finally, the university has vaccines. The provost office announced the news yesterday, and immunizations will start tomorrow. They are available for campus workers who meet the Mississippi Department of Health's criteria. Those over 50, healthcare workers, preschool, daycare, and K-12 school employees, first responders, and those aged 18 to 49 with underlying medical conditions. The university encourages students to fill out a survey sent by email to gauge campus interest in receiving the vaccine. You can also indicate that you want to be placed on the waiting list to receive extra doses if available. And nationally, Congress passed the $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill. This is the largest federal allocation for higher education pandemic relief to date, with $40 billion going toward colleges and universities. At least 50% of these funds will go directly to students for emergency financial aid, but it is up to each institution to decide which students actually receive this money. The university has yet to announce how Ole Miss students will become eligible for the funds. Even if you are not eligible for relief from the university, you may be eligible for stimulus relief through your family. Unlike previous stimulus payments, adult dependents in a household with a gross income of less than $80,000 will receive $1,400 per household member. The Mississippi State Senate unanimously approved House Bill 852 last week. This bill offers a $1,000 raise to all teachers as well as a $1,100 reward to new teachers. This pay increase comes with hopes of making jobs in education more attractive and is intended to reward the great teachers we already have in the state. Hopefully it doesn't end here, though. Governor Tate Reeves' 4-year plan to increase teacher salaries looks to pay teachers the Southeastern average rate of just over $47,000. In the last decade, median incomes and the minimum hourly wage in Lafayette County have both remained stagnant, while the cost of housing has increased by up to 14%. These are among many findings from a newly released report from the Housing Insecurity Lab in partnership with Lou Home that demonstrate the growing housing insecurity crisis in Oxford. The Oxford community is desperately looking for a change after a crash at a dangerous intersection took the lives of a young family.
Multiple wrecks have been seen at this busy intersection, specifically during that morning and afternoon time when the Lafayette School District is getting in and out of school for the day. A trash truck struck a car at the intersection of Highway 6 and Buddy Parkway last week, killing a father and his 2 children on their way to school. This event devastated the community, and Oxford Police Department Officer Breck Jones says residents rallied around the grieving family.
Oxford's a special place. It's somewhere where we really care about people, and it just feels like a big family. And when something happens tragically like that, we really want to rally around and try to show the love.
The accident prompted Oxford resident Carrie Long to start a petition online asking for changes to the busy highway area. The petition is asking the city to turn off the left yield indicator, reduce the speed limit to 55 miles per hour, create a school zone time speed limit of 45 miles per hour, and add speed bumps approaching that intersection. One Lafayette School District parent is crushed by the accident and hopes to see changes soon.
Unfortunately, it usually takes a tragedy for some type of change to occur, and I hate that this tragedy had to occur in order for the petition to go around.
The petition collected over 5,500 signatures in less than a week, garnering strong support for the changes. As a result, the Mississippi Department of Transportation issued a statement that says they hear the demands of the community and a change needs to happen, but they did not specify what those changes will be because the investigation is still ongoing. Moving forward, MDOT does not have a specific timeline for when these changes could be implemented.
That was Grayson Gordon reporting. The petition is hoping to get 7,500 signatures. Grove Grocery is growing. The campus food pantry now has a second location on campus. Grove Grocery added a kitchen location in the George Street house next to the library, in addition to their main pantry space in Kennard Hall. The George Street house is also home to the Office of Veteran and Military Services. Students and faculty can cook meals out of the freezer or pick up groceries. Grove Grocery volunteers will staff the kitchen to offer help and answer questions. The kitchen is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. With the ongoing pandemic, it can be hard to find the good in many days. One Ole Miss graduate student has decided to start a podcast to spread a little positivity. Emma Harrington has more.
In today's day and age of endless content creation, everyone is getting involved, even here on campus. We talked to one creator, Amanda Nikasi, about her new podcast.
My podcast, Make It Happen, is about motivation and all things that go along with that, having struggles and how people have overcome different obstacles. So I like to have guests on, as well as I have Feel Good Fridays where I talk about just different topics that I think are really important and need to be highlighted in order to really jumpstart your weekend or week or whenever you listen to it. I wanted to start a podcast because I felt like we all need a little bit of inspiration, and especially with today's generation, it's hard to find genuine people with just things to have good advice to hear from. And I really wanted to have a positive outlet where we could listen to people's stories that have these great ambitions, and you know, they might already be at a great platform, and understand where they got there, and you know, just understanding that everyone has struggles and that we can all grow from each story. I am currently in the middle of season 1, and I'm going to take a short little break in between the summer of 2021 and starting in the fall, I'll have season 2 where I'm going to be adding a video element, and I'm looking to have a bunch of different little things that are coming with season 2, as far as starting a foundation where I can hopefully be donating to a charitable donation that I want to keep secret right now, but I'm really excited, so hopefully that'll be coming soon for season 2.
You can find Amanda's podcast anywhere you regularly listen to podcasts, and on Instagram at makeithappen.podcast. Emma Harrington, Newswatch Ole Miss.
We will be back with the latest in sports, but first, Alexandra Watts has the weather.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
back to Storm Watch. As we take a look at our current temperatures, we have South Haven 72, Oxford 73, Holly Springs 73, and Corinth 73, and then Tupelo with the highest at 74. As we take a look at tonight's forecast, we have a high of 65, partly cloudy skies, winds coming in from the south about 5 miles per hour. And then as we take a look into tomorrow's forecast, we have a high of 74, cloudy skies, winds coming in from the southwest about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then looking into your weekend outlook, the temperatures are slowly starting to warm up, mostly cloudy skies, and then rain starting to move in for the beginning of next week.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
After the most successful season of her Ole Miss tenure, Coach Yo received a contract extension this week, and it's a weekend full of national and conference championships. That and more coming up next in sports.
A firefighter, a college student,
A mother. And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Tuesday night at Swayze Field, the third-ranked Ole Miss baseball team put on a show as they put away Alcorn State thanks to a trio of productive offensive innings by the Rebels. The Rebels will go on to win 11-1 behind Josh Malitz's 6 strikeouts in his first career start. SEC Player of the Week Tim Elko had an outstanding stretch at the plate, going 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. And Hayden Dunhurst crossed home 3 times and was walked 4 times. Ole Miss advances to 11-2 on the season and are now 2-0 all-time against Alcorn State. The Rebels look to keep this momentum going as they will begin another weekend series tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. hosting ULM on the SEC Network. Keeping it on the diamond, the Ole Miss softball team mounted an amazing comeback win last night to stay perfect at home, defeating South Alabama in dramatic fashion. The Rebels erased an early 4-0 deficit to come back and upset the Jaguars 6-5. South Alabama struck early, plating 3 runs in the second inning, but the Rebels did not panic. In the 5th inning, Paige Smith launched a bomb to straightaway center, scoring 3 and cutting the deficit to 1. With the game on the line and the bases loaded, freshman Ansley Furbush took ball 4 to walk on the winning run. Ole Miss will begin SEC play tomorrow night with a marquee matchup versus Mississippi State on the SEC Network. Tossing it over to the court, Coach Davis's Rebel men's squad starts play in the SEC tournament today, and they're still looking to punch their ticket to the big dance later this month.
Gonzaga's 4-0 against ranked teams. Florida State's 3-0, and we're 3-0. So that's a pretty elite group that we're in. And, so our team has done some good things. Now, do we have to go win games? Yeah, we know we need to go win games. But I think we're right there in the middle of it again. And but we all know that we've got to go to national and play well.
The Ole Miss men's basketball team begins SEC tournament play tonight as they are set to face South Carolina at 8 p.m. in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. After a breakthrough year filled with remarkable highs, Ole Miss head women's basketball coach Yolette McPhee-McEwen has agreed to a 4-year extension deal that will run through 2025. Coach O is coming off an exciting 3rd season as head coach for the Rebels, in which she put the SEC on notice with an exhilarating 2020-21 season. The Rebels consistently shocked the basketball world, notching 3 ranked victories, 4 net top 50 wins, and a run to the SEC quarterfinal for the first time since 2010. The Rebels now await to hear their name called during an NCAA selection show, which is slated for Monday night at 6 p.m. on ESPN. And finally, there's a big weekend ahead for Ole Miss sports. Starting tonight, the track and field teams are competing for the NCAA Indoor Championships. Rebel men and women will compete through Saturday, and tomorrow the Ole Miss rifle team takes on the national championship in Columbus, Ohio for the first time in 15 years as the number 2 seed. They are one of 8 teams competing for the title and will shoot both tomorrow and Saturday. That's all I've got for sports. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at rebel_watch for the latest on Ole Miss sports. Leah, back to you.
The Oxford Treehouse Gallery is celebrating female artists with art from the Women's Art Collective. This exhibit is a collection of professional artists from Hattiesburg. It opened last week and continues through the 27th. The gallery is open from noon until 6 in the evening, Thursday through Saturday. Appointments are required. That's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to Newswatch Ole Miss. Make sure to follow our social media pages for all updates. I'm Leah Blevins. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend.